Hello YouTube, welcome back to the channel. For those who don't know, my name is Matthew and this is Matthew Hawker Gaming. To today's video we're going to do another MTG Arena video. So we're going to have a look at another deck in Standard. For those known as Standard, just went through a bit of an upheaval, so they went through a spot of bannings, mainly against the various red decks in the format. Anyway, today we're going to have a look at this Mono Green deck. For those that don't know, I'm Matthew and I've been playing Magic for 25 years or thereabouts. I play in paper, so I mainly play Commander, and I played various limited like booster drafters and a sealed deck as well. Anyway, I've played lots of different things over the years. Anyway, we're going to look at this standard mono green deck, which utilises quite a bit of cards from the Final Fantasy set. It came into being basically in the last month, and it's doing all right. Okay, so today we're going to look at this deck. So we start with 4 Llanowar, one of the best mana accelerators in the game. Good in every single format where it's legal, and it hadn't been legal in Standard for quite a while before Blimbarrow. I can't remember, it was the last time it was legal in Standard. Right, so we've got 4 of those. Nearly everything in the deck is a 4 of, bar the land, other than this one card. So this is Royal Treatment. So this is a card that protects your creatures. It's similar to an other cards that you'll see in a minute. Its target creature you control gains hexproof until end of turn. Create a Royal Roll attached to that creature. This enchanted creature has +1/+1 and has ward 1. So then you've got Force of Saz Chocobo, which is one of the cards from Final Fantasy. It's a 0/1 for 1, but it's a bird. And it has Landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. So that's a 1-drop, so they're quite low casting cost in this deck. So you've got 4 Snakeskin Veil. It's another protection spell. It got reprinted again recently. So it's a 1 mana green instant to put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. It gains hexproof until the end of turn. It's good for protecting your creatures. Then you've got 4 Bristly Bills, which is what, if you're trying to make this deck in paper, it's relatively cheap, bar the mythics basically. So the 4 Bills and the 4 Chocobos. Anyway, 4 Bristly Bills Spinosaur. It's got 1 and a green for 2/2. It's a legendary creature, but you play 4 copies because you basically want to at least draw 1. If you draw the second one, it's a bit clunky unless you lose one of them. It has Landfall, so whenever a land you control enters, so it's Mono Green Landfall is quintessentially what the deck is. So basically, whenever a land you control enters, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. You can put it on anything you want, even the opponents. And it also has the ability for 3 green and green to double the number of +1/+1 counters on each creature you control. So it's like a doubling season kind of effect. Right, and then you've got Overprotect, which is another protection spell. This is just like an older card, but it was from Blimbarrow, but it has a lot of additional features. So it's 1 in the green for +3/+3, gives your creature trample, hexproof, and indestructible, all of them being good. It helps your creatures with that don't have trample, which you make lots of big things get through. It protects them from removal spells, and it can make them indestructible as well. Then you've got Tifa. So this Tifa is a character from Final Fantasy VII. For those that don't know Final Fantasy VII, that's my favourite Final Fantasy game. It wasn't the first one I played, but it was one of my favourites. I'd recommend that, either the older version or the newer version, depending on what you've got access to. So 1 in a green for a 1. I do various video game content as well. I was tempted to do a video on Final Fantasy games. I might well do at some point. Alright. 1 in the green for a 1/2 with trample. It has Landfall. Whenever land you control enters, double Tifa Lockout's power until the end of the turn. So that's quite likely to one-shot someone, because you can play like 3 lands or so in a turn, and it basically gets to like out of proportion. Although not as big as this guy. The Hydra is 2 in a green. It's basically a 1/1 trampler, basically, but it has Landfall. Whenever land you control enters, double the number of +1/+1 counters on the creature. Hopefully later I'll showcase you some large Hydras. And then we've got Springbloom Druid. So this is basically an old spell. So basically this is Harrow on a body. So it's 2 in a green for a 1/1. It's whenever this creature enters, you may sack a land. If you do, search for library for 2 basic lands, put them onto battlefield tapped, and then shuffle. So it's basically Harrow on a body. Right, Harrow is at instant speed though, so that one's got a slight drawback, but there we go. Alright, Travelling Chocobo. This is one of the all-stars of this deck, and he's quite good. One of the best cards in the new set. We've got 2 in a green for 3/2. It's a bird. You can look at the top card of your library anytime. And I look, quite a few of the decks our features had that ability, because we had various goblins that do certain things, and it's like a future sight kind of style of effect. This one enables you to play lands and cast birds from the top of your library. If a land or bird you control entering the battlefield causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, the ability triggers an additional time. Then you've got some forests, or you say pick your basic ones. I've just got these ones. I've got 16 of them. Yes, you're playing 24 lands. Your landfall deck requires you to make land drops more than some other decks because they're basically like additional spells. You think of them. So you've got this escape tunnel, which is like a sacrifice land. You know how that works, but it's got another bit on it. It's sacrifice this land. Target creature with power 2 or less can't you block this turn. So if you do that on your creatures when they're small, say Tifa, and then if you make them bigger later after you've done that effect, they'll go for unblocked, basically, unless they have an instant speed answer. Then you've got Fabled Passage, which is like a sack land, but it comes onto the battlefield untapped if you control 4 or more lands. So basically, it's a way to get your land untapped and still have mana over. Right, so we're going to go into some games. I'm going to say I tried before, but it wasn't particularly satisfying. So we're going to try some games we're going to play. We're going to play ranked. So I'm going to play. I'm in standard, and we're going to play ranked. I'm at standard ranked. I'm at diamond currently, so we're going to play some games. Right, wish me luck. I have got to mythic. Was it now? It was a couple of times. I believe I've got to mythic, but I've got lots of experience in TCGs in general. Check out my other content. I do various content for Magic. I do pack openings. I do showcase my commander videos. I do videos for Hearthstone, and I've just started playing Shadowverse recently as well. That looks like it's a send back, really. Unfortunately, a lot of the land come tapped. If I had a basic forest, I would probably keep it because you're getting a load of tap lands, basically. So you're not doing anything on the first turn. And turn 2, again, you're basically required on drawing an untapped land, so I'm going to send it back. Right, again, that hand doesn't do anything. These hands aren't great, or anyway, but like this hand doesn't do anything. You've got the Harry guy, which is like an enabler, but you don't have a payoff. We're gonna have to mull to 5. Your best draw on 5 is like land, elf, and some other bits, but like that's fine. I'm gonna keep 3 land or elf, Mossborn Hydra, and see if that gets there. Fabled Passage basically will be in the thing, so we keep 5. So it's basically 1, 2, 3. So you send land, something like that, I would think. I'll hopefully draw an untapped land. Okay, so this looks like. So unfortunately, I didn't get a land. I can play Tifa and play the Fabled Passage. This is probably going to be Celestia or like rabbits or whatever you want to call the deck. So they basically go wide and make a load of tokens and things with this. They don't have that many removal spells. They have Shelter by Ghost generally, and that's about their only way to get rid of the Hydra. But like, I don't think they can actually necessarily attack with this if they don't have a token. So I can show the. Yeah, that's a good little thing. It's the Valley Quest Court, so it makes this a 2/3, which enables them to get. Because I can pump Tifa. I'm just going to take the damage. So now we sack the land. We can make Tifa big. Unfortunately, we have to do this now rather than doing it in the thing because I can't risk not getting another land. All right, so next time we've got Springbloom Druid, so that's pretty good. But we're going to have to sit there and pass with the Hydra open. It's not. We can't attack, so we just pass. A lot of constructed, like even TCG games in general, well, the game, well, like it's got the luck element that you can basically get stuck on lands. Unfortunately, some of the other games have got rid of this thing, but Magic still has it. And some of them, a lot of them come down to your matchups. Some of your matchups on paper aren't as good as some, so you're favoured going to thing. What's the Restless Prairie Owner's thing? Oh, is that a man land? Oh, that's cute. It's from Ixalan. Now I remember. The land becomes a green and white llama creature. I don't remember that one personally, but like it's cool. I mean, there's so many cards in the game, even in Standard now. Standard's quite it's more diverse than it used to be because it only used to be like 2+ blocks and the core set effectively. All right. So they're basically trying to do the calculations now. Now, hopefully I'll draw land. Yeah, so that's quite big. He's trying to try and get probably another land. He's probably worried about the Hydra, because he should be, because it's quite big. It will grow out thing. So 2-3, so now I can block or not, then I'm not going to block. Right. Hopefully I draw land. Okay, that's a start, that's a land. So now I've got basically a thing. So if I play this land, it's going to go to 2-2. Then I'm going to do this. Or I can play the other Hydra and do it. Am I worried about dying next turn is the question. Tifa will also be big as well. How greedy am I? I think I'm actually playing the second Hydra. I don't know if it's wrong or not. I'm even going to miss the land drop and is it better to play the land now? I'm trying to work out, is it better to play the... I'm not attacking. I'm just going to pass. I won't play the land. I'll just keep it as a surprise. I think I can one-shot them pretty much. Worst case scenario is if I find this either of the sack land effect, I can have those instead, and that will be more. I like Celestia, but it's my favourite 2-colour combination in the game. I qualified for nationals at least twice using Celestia decks. One was green-white elves. Realistically, I'm probably not blocking a lot of this. Yeah, that's the one thing I care about. They got rid of. I think they got rid of the wrong one actually. The Hydra. Like, yeah. I mean, I'm not blocking. I'll take 8. I'll go to 8. I see if I can go. So they've got toughness of 4. So can I get through? I may well be able to get through. I need to work this out. So basically, we can play the elf. Okay, so I just need to work this out. So I play the forest. Then I play the chocobo. And then we play the spring bloom. Sacking the 2 lands. Sorry, it's not sacking the 2 lands, I mean... That's 16. So coincidentally, I don't know if we can attack because they're like they're. How much have they got in the crap about? They got 8, 10. They got 11. We've got 2 blockers. No, I mean not necessarily. How much am I worried? Like I can attack. They can take 16. Do I feel this? Oh, the rabbit has trample. So I'm more concerned about them. I think we just pause. Yeah, I'll just pause. Yeah, the rabbit has trample. If the rabbit didn't have trample, I could just chomp on one of the ones. Yep. Now, as you see, they're getting there. We can now be. Now we're getting to the point where our Hydras are like nearly lethal. Either like Bill or the thing. Yes, you see, we've got escape tunnel now. We're getting there. Right, so let's see how we go. So we go escape tunnel. Yeah, they're just dead. We can attack them, just sack them, and they'll be dead. So we just attack with the 2 Hydras. They're going to be 30 power. They've got less than that in blockers. Good game. They'll gain life, but it's not going to be enough. They get each of them going to be 32 power. Alright, so that was game 1. We'll see how many games we can show you. As you can see, I'm at Diamond. I'm moving my way through this month. Although this deck isn't doing as well as the Hearthstone deck, I'm playing Discard Warlock in Hearthstone, though I think that deck's going to be nerfed shortly. Alright, let's see how many games we can do. I'll show you at least 3, maybe as many as 5, depends how we go. Yeah, anyway, standard rotation is coming up, people, as well, or renewal, as they call it on Arena. That hand's weird as well. I think it's slightly clunky, but actually, in theory, you could keep it. You play the Fabled Passage turn 1, you'd sack it, then you'd play another one. But like, you need... I think it's one more like basic off. I'm going to send it back. I don't know if that's right or not. That looks very, very similar. I'll keep it. I'll send one of the chocobos back, I guess. We'll have to play the passage. Oh, I'll play the tunnel over the passage, because the passage may come on untap later, so you better to get this one out the way now. We're going Bristly Bill on turn 2, unless there's potentially we have a... this is like going to be like a Boris thing, so it's going to be quite relatively fast. Yeah, anyway, rotation's coming up soon, so I'm sorry if I can't... Yeah, there we go, we've got an untapped land, so that's fine. So we're going to play Bristly Bill, so next turn we're going Travelling Chocobo into into maybe Fabled Passage Spring Bloom or something like that. This is a new card as well, it's a Final Fantasy one, it gets bigger. Right, so now we can do... So now the Travelling Chocobo's going to get good value, so we can attack with Bristly Bill. And we've got a second Bristly Bill, and as you see we've got Mossborn Hydra on the top, so that is probably going to be... Assuming the Chocobo lives, the Hydra is going to be very, very big very quickly, and the Spring Bloom is going to be thing. So again, we'll be out of range of most of the things. Again, it... Die to the Exile spell. So this War Leader's cool. I'm just going to take 2. A good card. It's like, I don't feel it's going to be good enough for them. Right, so go Fable. So I can play the land from the top of the library, but I'm not going to do it. We're basically going in on the Mistborn, people. I'll hit them with the Chocobo. I'm literally going to hold Bristly Bill back. I don't think, I don't know what I'm worried about, but like this is out of range of most of the stuff. I've got Spring Bloom Druid next turn. I can crack the passage and make this bigger. I'm only worried about it being exiled. So this is looks probably what you call Boris tokens, I would think. It's like War Leader's Call is a good card. It's basically an anthem which gives you creatures +1/+1. Yeah, we're on a winning streak. What are we at? Are we 2 wins? Yeah. I feel both of the matchups have been quite good though. But basically, they don't really interact or can't have a way to deal with the huge creature. Because if it goes, we probably know the thing. So there's some other decks in the standard that will give us more of a challenge. We'll say so some of them have got. I played against the dinosaur deck in the one. I tried to record this video before, but I didn't feel it was that interesting for you, so I didn't show it. Oh, we're going against someone with a Minsk and Boo avatar. That's quite cool. A powerful thing. Alright, let's see what we do. This one is like, we could do with a land. It's, like, well, I feel it's probably not worth keeping it. That's probably a keep. I'll keep it. I will send back, oh, it's difficult. It's probably the Druid, although I'm not 100% on that. It could be the Overprotect, and like, am I going wide so I don't care about the single target? Yeah, go on, I'll send back the Overprotect. I'll keep the 2 Chocobos and the Bristly Bill. We're opening with like Chocobo. We're going against a red deck. Okay, that's fine. Yep, this looks probably just going to be jammed dinosaurs. If you say this isn't great, I'm going to be on paper or anything. Basically, you basically have to kill them very quickly because they're basically going to reanimate things from the yard. This couldn't be worse. It could be the one we hate. They basically then get the good value off this. So basically, we're going to start with these little ones, and hopefully they'll be growing. I can play the escape tunnel, or I can play the basic land. I'm probably going with the tunnel because I want to carry on. I'm going to do it main phase, well, basically, because like they've only got one treasure open. Right, so these are going to grow. Alright, next time we can play Travelling Chocobo and hopefully hit something. I feel this probably won't be a very interactive game. They pitch a load of dinosaurs to the graveyard, and then they use various reanimation to bring them back at turns which are quite quicker than they can cast them. They play stuff like Collector's Cage and things to pitch the things into the thing, and then they bring them back with stuff like Zombify. Yeah, that's Zombify. So we're basically, it's going to enter, they're going to discover 5, which is Rakdos joins up. They have another target. We were lucky they didn't have another target in the bin at that point. Right, does the Trumpeting Connoisseur trample though? I can never... Yes, it does. Okay, that's fine. So what is our best out? Our best bet is probably Travelling Chocobo into try and get these bigger. So we'll go with that. I'll see what's on top of my library. I've got a land on top of my library. I can't attack. Well, I can attack, but not very well. So let's hope the thing. So next turn, can I grow them? Let's hope they can... I've had games, though, where the Chocobo's been bigger than the dinosaurs. Yeah, so they're using their Fable Passage. They're also using the same artwork one. I think I prefer the one from Bloomberry in the artwork, to be honest. But there we go. Right, so you see the jumped dinosaurs. Don't forget, like, comment, and subscribe, especially if you're new to the channel. I've been going now for like 3 years. I've just hit over 100 videos. Just having a drink, Ribena. That's another good discard spell, and it also gives you treasure as well. So now, it looking like, well, this isn't terrible for me. If they attack, I'm going to have to block, I think, because I don't think I can risk anything, them getting the thing. I've got enough for these birds can actually survive. Right, so now we have a selection of options. So basically, our best bit is to try and grow them as big as we can. We can play Bristly Bill, but like we can't play the Springbloom Druid. So we're going to have to, and I've got Snakeskin Veil on top, which doesn't really help because they don't really play much removal. We're going to play Springbloom Druid. I think we're going to play that now. And we're going to have 2 lands come into play. We're going to get lots of triggers. The Chocobos are going to be big. Then we're going to play this land from the top of my library. So now we're looking at 18 power of Chocobo. If I attack, they're going to have to block. So I'll attack. I believe I'm going to attack with both because they have to block. They're going to have to block with the Connoisseur, and then they basically, if they don't have a haste. Right, so they're on 9. See, they've still got the Connoisseur in the graveyard. The better thing against me would have been the Gisef earlier, because that had haste and would have been able to attack. Now, that will go over the Chocobo, and that... Yeah, so they're going to discover again. They could get a second Connoisseur. Second Rakdos join up. Yeah, they're legendary. Yep, so they're going to discover again. Yep, as I meant, Collector's Vault, sorry, not Collector's Cage, I keep getting confused. Anyway, they're about the same size, basically. Yeah, and he's digging. Right. Now we see we can play Bristly Bill. These Chocobo do not have trample though, unfortunately. But as you see, we can play the land. And they basically gave up. Yeah, the Chocobos are huge. They're bigger than the dinosaurs. Now, if they reanimate their guy with haste, and my guys are smaller and they can attack the battle and get like more value off that, they're probably winning. Right, what are we at? 3 games? 4 games? Obviously, I'll just show you another game. We're on a winning streak tonight anyway. Anyway, so hopefully you're enjoying your Magic, hopefully enjoying yourselves. What will I be doing after this video? I've got my pet chinchillas. I'll be going to, ooh, we can showcase turn 1 Llanowar Elf. I can certainly get behind turn 1 Llanowar Elf. Turn 1 Llanowar Elf with protection and payoff. Yeah, we keep that. We go in on that. Yeah, I'll be exercising my chinchillas. They're a South American rodent. I've featured them in a video before, so if you check out my playlists, there'll be in a video showing chinchilla. Right, we're going against a green deck, so we don't potentially fear that much. A white-based deck, so I mean, this... If they're playing Bloomburrow Land, it's probably going to be rabbits, but I could be wrong. Are we going to play... Say we're going to play... What should we play? Should we play... I'll play Tifa first, and then I'll leave mana for Snakeskin Veil just in case. I'd rather leave mana than attack. And we can play Travelling Chocobo next turn. If we play a land, Tifa will be quite big. What do we think? Do you think they're aggro or control? They're playing with a Chandra Avatar? Yeah, that's why I leave mana open though, Snakeskin Veil. So it takes Tifa out. Right, so now we go Travelling Chocobo. And we have a Fabled Passage on top. Ideal, people. There's going to be 16 power. Yep. This deck, it can be dumb. Right, what we have? Have fun. I'm going to say no, pretty much, because I don't feel they did anything. I want to play a game where they do something. Alright, so we say no. They come up with these weird survey things. Alright, is it really a game? Not really. It was very, very, very one-sided. But Magic and like TCGs in general can be very one-sided. It's a lot of it is matchup dependent. Say if I'd attacked with my elf and they killed the Tifa, it would have been a lot worse. I can tell you. But like I know enough about the game, so I don't need to attack with the elf because a 1-point shot isn't going to make a difference when you're probably going to one-shot them anyway. Again, that's like turn 1 Landware Elf into Tifa with mana open, they're like keep, yeah, easy keep. Alright, this will probably be the last game. They're playing mono blue. Sorry, they're playing blue. I keep thinking they're playing mono blue. So this is an Urza's Land for those that don't know. This is the cycle from Urza's Saga. It was reprinted. Like. See, I feel nearly every mono-colour deck is viable in Standard. Like mono white life gain is mono green. Mono red is not as good as it was, but still good. Mono black is good as well. I think mono blue isn't playable particularly, but like you never know. So now, like, what do I do here? I can show them the card. I'm going to play the Landware Elf. I'm sure the Landware Elf is going to get countered, so I'm going to play the Landware Elf and see what they do first. See if it resolves. Alright, so now we're going to play the land. And play the Chocobo. Right, let's see if they have a... I think I've played against Mono Blue a few times. This could be Mono Blue. This could be Mono Blue, people. Right, anyway, what do I play? I'll play the land. But it's what do I play first? I'm going to play a load of things after combat, so I mean, don't like I could play Bristly Bill. I'm tempted to play Bristly Bill because I don't think I don't know actually if I want to do it pre-combat or post-combat. I'll play the land because it comes to Chocobo now. Yeah, it's knowing when do you think they're going to interact. So it's basically, I have to play the land as a sorcery, basically. To try, I'm not attacking with the elf. Return target attacking creature. I'm not sure I care. I'm going to replay it after combat and see if it resolves, and I'm probably going to play something like Tifa. And I still have mana. I can play either Bill or Tifa. I'll play Tifa as well. So Tifa resolved, so that's good. So now we can get a bit more. So now we can get something like Bristly Bill. Autogen, okay, so that's a 3/4 flyer. I don't feel that's going to be a problem. This is going to be mono blue, effectively, so it's not that difficult to play against. You just have to get Tifa out of range. So you play Fabled Passage. Target creature. To combat. See, I can get the Chocobo out of size and Tifa out of size, I think. not quite enough. It's 10, so yeah, that's fine. I'll just leave it. And when 5 mana, you can double the counters on the thing. I can't remember if it's... Yeah. I'll take the damage. If was it Ether Spout is in the set or not? See, now I've got double veil. No, I know I'm fine because. Now, if they've got another one, I can just respond again. Right, in terms of gameplay, I think that was my most successful. I think what did I go? I started at Diamond, and I won 5 games on the trot. Right, I mean, say thanks very much for joining me. Say, and this has been Matthew, and this has been Matthew Hawker Gaming. And say we'll keep doing these arena videos for sure. So for instance, the next one I do will be we're to celebrate when Edge of Eternity, whatever the new Magic set's called, comes out. I'm going to do a draft video on release, so that's going to be showing me some gameplay from an arena draft I do. Normally I do pack openings, but unfortunately I'm not well enough to go to the in-person event. So, but I'll keep doing these for sure. Anyway. Don't forget to check out some of my other content. I also do videos showing my commander decks. I do various arena videos as well, and I also do a lot of video game content. I'm a big video game collector. Anyway, I mean, so I've been playing Donkey Kong Bonanza recently. Just got that this week for Switch 2, and I might do a review for that at some point. Anyway, Oh, as you see the screen, it is Edge of Eternities. I wasn't imagining things. That is the correct name. Anyway, it's going to be a sci-fi set, so it's going to be magic and spaceships mixing over. Anyway, it's different to what they've tried before. Magic is like, it doesn't have to be fantasy anymore. It can just be anything, basically, whatever they feel like, pretty much. But like, the game is still a good game. It's whether you feel it should be fantasy or not. I'm not actually 100%. I'm more I like the mechanics and the thing rather than the. I'm not a huge storyline in Magic. There's better things with better storyline. For instance, like D&D, or even Warhammer has a better storyline. That I think anyway. All right. Thanks very much for watching, and as I say, don't forget to check out some of my other content, and please like, comment, and subscribe, especially if you're new. Help me grow the channel. I'm trying to double my subscriber count this year. I've been going for 3 years now. All right, thanks very much, and we'll see you again soon. Oh, I just see this. It looks like a joke. It's Magic the Gathering Final Fantasy Quick Draft with Omniscience Emblem. That will be really stupid. That means you can basically. Why do you need anything if you've got the Omniscience Emblem? You don't need land in your deck. You can just cast everything. That seems a stupid format, but like, I know, they try all these weird things. Alright, I'm going to do my chinchillas now, and I think I need to claim some... I need to play Shadowverse later. I need to claim the thing. They just did a new set. The game's only been going for like a month. They're on their second set, which is like, by Magic standard, Magic do a set it only feels like a couple of months since the last one. Alright, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. And I'll link the, thanks to, I also should thank the person, the deck was from Ash Lizelle, who's another MTG, like YouTuber, like Twitch streamer, so, thanks very much for the deck list, and when you say I'll link the deck below the video anyway. And we see I went 5-0 with it. I imagine you could probably get to Mythic with it anyway. Alright, when like it's worth saying now, is when the new sets come out, it's the best time to grind on the ladder, people. It's when a new set comes out, people are trying and experimenting with the new cards. If you just play established archetypes and things that have obviously have proven track record to this point, you should do well. So it's probably the best time for you to get to Mythic. Anyway, say good luck to those of you trying to get to Mythic, especially when the new set comes out. And I'll see you again soon. Bye.